Welcome to the Maxfield Galena processing episode. The goal is to pulverize all this and run it through the ball mill. A few select pieces I will remove out of the batch before running it in the ball mill. I'm going to do some laboratory work with some of these. My goal is to crush all this real fine, classify it, and use the shaker table from Charlie at Path of the Bee to see if there's any gold in the Galena. If you would like to help the channel out other than subscribing, liking, and commenting on this video, comment the word jaw crusher to help me convince a vendor or a manufacturer of a jaw crusher to let me review their product. Nice. That piece was pretty much solid Galena. Broke this piece in half and that looks amazing. See why I'm interested in checking the material out on the shaker table? I know that could be very well pyrite, but you never know. Colors can be deceiving. I've saved the best piece for last. The previous ones were a lot of waste material and host. That last piece definitely contains a lot of values. The Maxfield Galena is now ready for Frankenmill. Good old Frankenmill crushes that ore super fine. This is before classification. There's only a few smaller chunks left, maybe a couple larger granules here and there. That machine performed phenomenally. I can't give it credit just for the cylinder. That old electric lawnmower motor works great. Classifying the crushed Maxfield Galena through 40 and 50 mesh. That container is a lot heavier than it looks. A great example of Frankenmill's capabilities. 1 cylinder's worth of material still remains to be crushed. After classification, that is a lot of material to run on the table. The remaining of that I will crush at a later date. Now we'll prep the table for operations. Pre-saturated Maxfield Galena ready for Charlie's shaker table from Path of the Bee. Historical records from the Maxfield mine indicated that they recovered a substantial amount of gold. I'm going to attempt to recover some of that same gold from the ore on the table, then process the Galena to silver from there. Go for the first scoop of the Maxfield Galena on the shaker table. See what it does. It is working much slower than any black sand I've processed, as well as my Lizard Cove concentrates and crushed ore, including the St. Patrick's ore I've ran on here. It's taking a lot longer. The table is still shaking through the Galena. This one is gonna take quite some time. Variable speeds, variable water flow, balance, frequency, and amperage all need to be adjusted per processing different types of ore. This is best working for the Galena currently. If that's not a definitive line of heavies, I don't know what is. I got this machine dialed in now. It is working. There is very fine gold collecting the top riffle. I did something a little different with the tailings and concentrate setup. I have a clear food storage container with the lid partially cut off and a pipe inside the hose, inside the bucket with a bulkhead connector flowing out into the tailings bin. The bilge pump is in a ceramic pot protected by the mesh netting. Somewhere in the near future, when these are in mass production, and if you happen to purchase one, I highly recommend small amounts at once only, 1 scoop at a time. Don't want to overwhelm the riffles. Let the water push down the material slowly. Only a few more scoops left. I've been working at this for 5 hours. You will be watching it in less than a few minutes. All of the Galena has been ran across the table. I'm going to let the water run a little longer So it collects all of the concentrates and washes them down into the number 1 port. The exact same style clear food storage container that the concentrates is currently in. I tire it up. The weight of the concentrates. 254 grams. That's pretty respectable. I'm gonna put these concentrates in a finishing pan and get some clean water and get a closer look at what it actually looks like. Galena is a very light material, and I noticed some of it did not get into the number 1 port. So eventually, I will have to go through all these concentrates and all these tailings once again, possibly even throw them all in a large crucible and do a ginormous smelt. Lots of sparkly stuff still remains. That is actually a deceivingly heavy pan. Let's get a closer look. Oh yeah, that's Galena for ya. Ooh. This video needs to do really well before I can upload the smelting and cupelling of these concentrates. Also, my channel needs major improvement. I need to reach my goal of 2,000 subscribers and get my watch hours up, and I'd like to see at least 20 or more comments on this video with suggestions providing a great name for Charlie's Shaker Table at Path of the Bee. That looks pretty good to me for a future smelt. With a little more fine tuning and more practice, I guarantee I can capture any concentrates from crushed ore I process from here on out. Always and forever, sincerely from Smokey and Spike Productions. Thank you for watching